Hello everyone and welcome back to my little book nook. We've been into June for a few days now. Well, I say a few days, half of June now, but I haven't told you guys about what I read in May yet. So I'm gonna do that. It's a bit late, but better late than never. Okay, so the first book that I read in May was Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman, I listened to this in a day. It's about all the Norse gods, Thor, Loki, Odin, all those. It's basically just little short stories about those guys. It was just a way to pass time. It wasn't that interesting. It was just fine. 3 stars. If you're looking for something to entertain you, this isn't it. This is literally just a pastime while I was doing dishes and making lunch and stuff like that. Just passing time. So, Norse Mythology, Neil Gaiman, 3 stars. Not that special. The next book I read was Vicious by V.E. Schwab, which was a wild ride. Vicious is about Victor and Eli, who are best friends, and they try to become extraordinaries by taking their own life and reviving themselves afterwards, hoping they become extraordinary. And when they both become extraordinaries, they become the worst enemies of each other, and they try to kill each other every time they get the chance. While Victor is actually sent to prison for an accidental death he caused, Eli is actually roaming around killing a lot of people. And yeah, it's a wild ride. They try to kill each other. They want each other dead. It's a wild ride. It's a lot, honestly. It's good. I enjoyed it a lot. But it's a wild ride. even though it was a roller coaster, I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4.5 stars. This whole series is designed to just fuck with your mind. You're so confused up until the point where you're not confused, and then you're like, how, why, what's going on? It's Vicious is pretty good. I really liked it. 4.5 stars. The next book I read was The Atlas Complex by Olivia Blake, which is the 3rd book in the Atlas series, which is a fantastic series, if you ask me. I enjoyed this very much. It was 4 stars. The others were 4.5 stars and 4 stars, so this whole series is great. The Atlas series is about 6 kids who get invited into this highly prestigious school, and they have to eliminate one of the 6 in order to actually be allowed into the school as a scholar. I really enjoyed the Atlas Complex. It was really good. I was a little less interested in it at the beginning, but when I got into it, I just flew through it. I really enjoyed this. The Atlas Complex. Really good. The next book I read was The Poison Season, which is about Lilo, and Lilo lives on an island where if your magic doesn't come before you turn 12, then you are cast away from the island and you are officially known as an outsider. And if you come back to the island as an outsider, you will get killed. Lilo needs to find a way to get her brother his magic because he is almost turning 12 and he doesn't have his magic yet. And when he does, he needs to be sent away. But while she is doing that, she finds a boy on the island that doesn't belong there. And even though she works as a guard of the island, she decides to not hand him over and keep him safe instead, and needs to find a way to get him off the island before anyone notices him. I enjoyed this. I gave this 3.5 stars. This was a fun, quick read. Listen to it on my walks. It's not something that's going to stick with me forever, but it is a fun story. It was perfect for the mood I was in. The Poison Season. 3.5 stars. The next book I read was The Crimson Moth, which was one of my favorites of the month. I really, really liked The Crimson Moth. The Crimson Moth is about Rune, who is a witch, and she becomes the Crimson Moth to try and save all the witches that are being hunted and killed, so she can put them on ships and send them to another country. While she is trying to save all these witches, she's also courting the head of the guard, Gideon, who is her best friend's brother, because Gideon has intel on where all the witches are being stored and when they're being executed. That way she can save those witches more efficiently and get them out of the country. However, she's courting Gideon, who is the head witch hunter, who is actively looking for the Crimson Moth, which is Rune herself. So Rune is keeping the secret that she is the Crimson Moth from her boyfriend, who is actively hunting her. It's a nice little circle of catch me not. It's really fun, it's really enjoyable. It's more romance focused. If you're looking for something that is more plot focused, this isn't the book for you. It was really fun to see both Gideon and Rune actually falling in love with each other, even though they actually also hate each other because one of them is a witch and the other is killing witches. So it's really fun. I gave this 4.5 stars. I cannot wait for book 2 in this series. Like, I cannot wait for book 2. I really like this so much. The next book I read was Vengeful by V.E. Schwab, which is book 2 after Vicious, which is still about Victor and Eli. And we're still trying to kill each other every day of the week. It's also a really big roller coaster. It's really fun. Well, I'd say fun. It's not fun. It's entertaining. It's really entertaining, but also very dark. Read the trigger warnings for this, because at some point someone died and I wasn't ready for that and I cried. I'm not gonna say what or who it is. I'm just saying, if you love animals, be careful. Glad it's over. I'm glad the roller coaster is gone, but it was really good. I enjoyed the roller coaster while it lasted, but I'm glad it's gone. Let's just keep it at that. The next book I read was for Becca's Alpha Hope book club, and that was Daughter of No Worlds. Daughter of No World is about Tisana, who is bought as a slave while she was a child, and at one point she flees from her master and she leaves behind everything and everyone she loves, and she goes to a new country, and there she starts apprenticing under one of the high rated wizard thingies, and she needs to learn how to use her magic. So she is forced into an apprenticeship with Max, and they both do not like each other at the start. They do at the end, but she needs the order where she is apprenticing for, because the order can actually help her save all the slaves that she left behind, all the people she left behind. It was fine. I felt like this was very much trying to be Aelin Galathinias from Throne of Glass, like with the sad backstory and the blonde, the sword. It's all just very Aelin. Her needing to learn her magic. It's not my favorite. I gave this 3 stars. It wasn't my favorite. I read it. I'm not going to continue the series. Daughter of No Worlds is not my favorite. The next book I read was very fun. I really liked it. That was that time I got drunk and saved the demon. I really enjoyed this. This was really funny. I thought this was gonna be the same kind of vibes as Legends and Lattes. It was not. This was very much adult, if you catch my drift. I wouldn't recommend your child reading this. However, it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I gave this 4.5 stars. I really like this. This is about Cinnamon. She is walking home drunk one night, and she hears someone being buried under the rubble, and she tries to help him. Turns out he's a demon, and he wants to attack her. Then she slaps him with a stick of cinnamon, and he's all good. But the demon needs her help to basically break 4 artifacts so they can kill the god that is actually not a god, but a kind of demon herself. And he needs her help. He needs Cinnamon's help for that. And they get married in the meantime. It's a lot of fun. It's not a serious read. It's very quick. It's not a serious read at all. If you if you like serious reads, don't read this. If you like fun, cozy, funny books, definitely this. I really like this. The next book I read was Spy Family Volume 4, which is a very quick, easy. It's still about a spy who had to get a family in order to do his job. He still needs to do the same job, but now he's trying to raise his daughter while he's also trying to be a good husband in the eyes of others. So it's really fun. In this one, they're getting a dog. Things are being blown up. Dogs are fleeing. It's very fun. I gave this 4.5 stars as well. I really like this. I really like the entire Spy Family series. It's really enjoyable. The next book I read was A Tempest of Tea, which I liked. It was good. It was 4 stars. I've never read anything by Hafsa Faizal before, so this was a first. It was a really good introduction into her writing, into her storytelling. I really enjoyed it. It was like I've heard before. It was kind of Six of Crows, but then with vampires. It's about Arthi, who has her own tea shop. Tea shop by day and blood house by night, and she is on the verge of losing her tea shop. She needs to come up with a plan to keep the shop, and she does that by performing a heist, trying to get the papers to the shop so no one can buy the shop from her. I really like this. 4 stars. I really liked Arthi as a character. She was really badass. Yeah, Arthi is a great character. Her best friend is a great character. I really like the backstories of the two. It's very, very fun. So the next and final book that I read in May was That Time I Got Drunk and Yeeted a Love Potion at a Werewolf, which is a sequel to That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. That Time I Got Drunk and Yeeted a Love Potion at a Werewolf is about Bree, who is Cinnamon's best friend. And she accidentally throws a love potion at Felix, the werewolf, who immediately falls in love with her. He claims she's his mate, and he needs to hook up with her before the love potion gets too much and he either kills himself or someone else. It's really fun. Again, just like book 1. It's not as serious. It's very spicy also. This whole series is just very delightful and funny and kind of cute, and there are things in book 2 that the sexual stuff, it's a bit much. Tentacle monsters are involved and stuff like that. So if that's not your vibe, if tentacle monsters aren't your thing, maybe not. It's really funny. It's really great. I really like it. It's 4.5 stars. I really love this series. That Time I Got Drunk and Yeeted a Love Potion at a Werewolf. So yeah, that was the last book I read. These are all the books I read. I had a very good month reading wise, which I'm really happy with. So that was the end of my video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.